Hello, and welcome back to the Healthy-ish Home. I'm your host, Ainsley, and this is my co-host, Gerardo. We are a husband and wife duo who, our goal is with this whole channel is just to encourage, motivate, and inspire you in some small way on your own healthy-ish journey.
That's right. Welcome.
So what are we sipping on today, babe?
We're sipping on some Legion Lemon Lime.
A Legion energy drink is what we'll be drinking throughout the episode today, and we'll let you know our opinion at the end.
Yeah, if you've been following our videos lately, we're on the search for a new staple energy drink that we are lined up with and, get the maximum benefits from it.
Yes, we're searching for a clean energy drink that gives us the energy feeling that we want, but also aligns with our values.
Yeah, and that tastes good, of course.
So we've done Bloom, we've done
Chimweed,
and then today we're doing Legion. So this is, episode 3 of taste testing.
Right.
So today we wanted to share just a little bit about what we are currently going through on our fitness journey, our health journey, our life journey. Let's rewind a bit. It's been about a little over 12 months of just really taking our, what would you say? Not fitness. Fitness, yes. What is it? Well, I'm looking for a different word.
Our
Health, fitness, nutrition.
journey.
Our journey, maybe? Yeah, just taking our health journey more seriously. We've just been kind of going through the motions of life. I feel like we just got really busy and distracted. Fitness, nutrition, and health has always been a huge priority of ours, just passion of ours. We've always enjoyed it. That's how we talked about it in episode 1. That's how we met, was through our passion for fitness and health. But, becoming married, having kids, just life, adulting, growing up, we just kind of moved away from it for a little bit.
Yeah, it was always in the background.
Yeah,
we didn't completely sacrifice our, fitness and health goals, but we always had a pivot,
Yeah, it wasn't a priority for a long time.
Depending on what our season was. And when we first started, it looked very different to what we're doing now.
Yeah.
Just based off what our experiences and what we've learned and what we've been exposed to.
Yeah.
And
this moving, we've moved a lot, and that always throws kind of a wrench in it. But so 12 months ago, we decided we're going to get a gym membership because working at home was an option, but wasn't always the best option for us. We talked about that in our last episode. So we got a gym membership. Gym membership. We committed. We're like, okay, when you put money to something, doing that exchange, it helps motivate you, I think, in some way. And then for me, I'll just speak for myself for now. Yeah.
Good idea.
So for me, it took me, a year ago we got the membership. It probably took me a good 4 months to really nail down a routine on what does it look like going to the gym, what does childcare look like, what days can I do it, and just when I miss a gym day, am I able to work out at home? So it took a good 4 months to just kind of go through the motions and find what works. I think something we don't talk about enough is, here's a plan and I can give this to you and we can have this layout and this idea, but it takes a little while to figure out what works. And I've found that in every stage this past year. So figuring out what works for me, what my days are going to look like, what do I enjoy and what's practical, and combining that to figure out what that flow is going to look like when it comes to my gym and what each session is going to look like when I go. So that took a while to figure out what I really liked and what clicked and what I had to give away and all that. So that took a while.
Well, I think a big part of that too is you enjoying it too. Like you said that very quickly. It's like, these are the things that work for you, but then you also have to enjoy it. Like I think in the whole phase of I can give you the best plan and the best nutrition, but if you don't enjoy it, then you're probably not going to stick with it. So that's the big thing about trial and error that, experience really pays to, is that finding something that you enjoy doing on a regular basis.
Yes.
But anyway, continue.
So that was what would I call this? That was the beginning of the season. So step one was committing to a gym membership, making this time for myself making this commitment for myself to better myself, to reach my goals, and figuring out a routine that worked. So step one, figuring out a routine that worked, because that in the past, that's been a problem. Things weren't sticking. So figuring out a routine that would work. And then once I got that done, I'm like, okay, I want to build muscle. I want to get stronger. I want to see progress because I've been stagnant for a little while. How do I do that? So we went on this journey together, and protein. We need to make sure we're prioritizing our protein at every meal. So I had to get okay with counting my macros, at least when it came to protein. That's all I focused on, and we'll dive more into that later, but that's all I focused on for this at this phase was, okay, making sure I'm eating protein and getting comfortable eating enough protein, and what does that look like on a daily basis. So prioritizing my protein at every meal worked for me, making sure I'm getting a chunk in throughout every meal throughout the day. And
yeah, I mean, on the side note, I'm like trying to hit your protein with whole natural foods.
That came later, but yeah, definitely whole natural foods is a goal. But being okay with, okay, I have this protein shake, and that's gonna be, that's in the morning, and that's okay. Right. And then chicken, rice, yogurt, like figuring out protein sources. Like, I mean, even though I've been a fitness fanatic for my entire life, I didn't know cheese had protein in it. Like I was like, what? So that's cool. Like figuring out cheese has protein in it, and dairy has protein in it, and this is not just meat. Like that's a great protein source.
Right.
A chicken thigh, and I enjoy it, but you can get it these other ways. I can have yogurt in the morning with the protein shake in mid-morning, then my lunch, then have dinner, so figuring all that out, that was fun, and I like doing it with you. We did it together. That was kind of phase 2. And then I'm like, okay, I got my protein on lock. What's next? Okay, well, let's see, because now at this point, 8 months in, okay, yes, I'm making progress, I'm getting stronger, I'm hitting PRs, but my physique isn't exactly what I would expect it to be after working so hard for these past 6 months. Mm-hmm. So what are we going to look at? Okay, well, let's actually count our calories. Okay. Because I know you've always been and we'll dive into this a little bit, but you've always been very hesitant with me eating less. Yeah. And for good reason. I have a past history of an eating disorder. So whenever I start cutting, to keep an eye on me and, like, okay, let's not go there yet. And you have my back and you're looking out for me. So like, okay, well, let's actually count to see where we're at. I know I'm getting enough protein. So how much are we actually eating? And we did this together. And we found out, like, yeah, we're eating a lot. Like, we're either in maintenance or in a bulk. So I'm like, well, how do we figure this out? How do we know what's it called? The calories burned.
The basal metabolic rate.
Yeah.
BMR.
Yeah. So we have a couple different trackers that we use to kind of get a baseline. Like, so how much am I actually burning per day? How much are you actually burning per day? How much are we eating? And you guys probably heard this before. Calorie deficit, being in a cut, is how you're going to lose weight.
Right.
So we tracked our calories and we're like, okay, we're eating a good amount. But I want to make sure I have muscle on my body. Like I know, like you look at me, yeah, I'm carrying fat. And I know there has to be muscle in there because I know what I lift. So we invested in one of those Hume scales, really enjoying it so far. And that's what made me, and you gave me the go ahead, like, okay, you got a lot of muscle on you. That's what the scale says.
Yeah, well, that was the biggest hesitation because I know from the beginning you're like, I want to lose weight, I want to cut. Mm-hmm. And I was like, wait, like we need to build your metabolism up, we need to build some muscle first, and like trust me, like I know it's like uncomfortable for you to like want to eat more and be in a little bit of a surplus to gain muscle. Mm-hmm. And I was really proud of you for like just sticking with it, even though it was like it wasn't like a 9-month bulk, but you did enough of a bulk where I'm like, okay.
It felt like this is a whole year process. So it felt like.
Well, I mean, actually knowing our numbers where I'm like, I know for sure she was building in this time frame and she was getting stronger. So I'm like, okay, now I totally get it. Let's do what you want to do now and let's work on the cut.
So also collecting all the data. I think that's huge. Like for a long time, it's just like guesstimating and saying things, but like just what I really want to do is lose weight. So I'm just going to say whatever I have to say so I can do it comfortably so you're on my side. But we took this year to collect this data, and we have all these different tools that we're using to collect this data, and now we know where I'm actually at, where my body's actually at, how much muscle I actually have, which I was shocked. I was shocked in a good way to how much muscle is actually on my body. So.
Yeah, from the human body composition. I was shocked of how little muscle I had. I was like, all this work that I've been doing.
Yeah.
Which I thought was hilarious.
Yeah, we both were shocked in different ways. So now, we're fast forward to where we are now. Now we are experimenting, me with a cut, you with a bulk. And I won't say like I feel like I'm getting there, like where I'm actually on the cut and being consistent. This past 3 weeks, it's like a learning, which in
It's
each
like
phase,
fine-tuning, yeah.
each phase we've had a fine-tuning phase, a learning phase within each phase to where we're giving ourselves grace to figure out what we're doing. And that's okay because I'm making mistakes along the way and that's okay.
And that's the whole thing that we try to tell all our audience. It's like, it's about progression, not perfection. And it's about being healthy-ish because the whole all or nothing mindset is just so exhausting. And then knowing and giving yourself grace and being patient with yourself and letting yourself fail and letting yourself learn, it's all part of the process and the journey.
Yeah, 100%. So I am learning how to do a cut and how to do it the right way.
Right. And I'm still monitoring you because I know from your past, like you were saying, because I know I've been there where I'm like, I don't know what it's like hard to manage what you're not keeping track of.
Yeah.
So before we actually kept track of our macros and our calories, and our basal metabolic rate and all these numbers and this data, it would be very easy for me to go extremes where I'm like, I'm going to consume probably way over calories than I thought and I gained fat really quickly and I wasn't working out enough. Or I'm going to fast all day and just have one meal in the evening and I had like a skinny fat. So I was just on both extremes because I had no idea where I actually was in the spectrum of calories and protein. So I'm like, now actually having all this data and having the body composition scale, it's like, okay, fine tuning, locking in, getting more familiar. Now I can actually calculate here and there.
Yeah.
And that's been a big game changer.
Yeah. Do you want to speak a little bit more about your bulk journey?
Yeah. That's been hard for me because before I was like, I'm eating enough, because eating not that much was like filling for me. And then as I'm staying to the program and staying consistent, I'm like, well, actually I'm getting hungrier. I am eating more, but I'm like, from day to day that changes. So I could be having a lot of fluctuation from day to day if I wasn't keeping track. But right now, because we've been locked in with protein for quite some time, I'm like, oh, it's easy now.
The protein part, yeah.
But how do I get my calories up? And it's like, oh, carbs are my friend now. And I need to really up my carbs more so that I've ever been comfortable with. Because for a long time being paleo and restricting on carbs and avoiding grains and avoiding bread, pastas, it's just like such a huge difference. But I'm like, to get those calories, I need those carbs. And it's been nice to actually be like, I can pretty much eat whatever I want, quote unquote, healthy, dense, quality food.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's still been a struggle of like, I'm still under carbs like every single day. I'm like, that's the big struggle. And I'm trying to get, lock in because I know that's going to transfer to more carbs, more strength, more, power output in the gym, more power output in the gym, better recovery, all this stuff that is associated with more calories. But that's been my struggle because it's been very easy for me to stay lean and small. But yeah, it's been difficult. Yeah.
Yeah. And now that you bring that up, it makes me think like, okay, because you said you were shocked how little muscle mass you had when you stepped on that Hume scale. And that could very well be because you did not have a lot of carbs. So even though you were eating a lot of protein, your protein was doing the jobs of your carbs and fats because you weren't eating enough carbs and fats. So you don't have enough protein to actually build that muscle. So it makes sense now that you're saying it out loud.
Yeah, and then I was beating myself up.
You're working. Yeah, I was
doing a lot of
work. So you're disappointed with the outcome, but that's
I was probably way under calories.
Because of the equation, yeah. Because I
had no carbs.
Yeah, no carbs.
So
probably very little fat too, because you eat a lot of chicken.
Right, yeah. And I mean, I was like not realizing, I'm like, oh, it's whatever. Like, that's just how my body is. But like now I was like, no, I really want to gain weight. Like I've been wanting to gain weight for a while. And there's certain like, protein shakes I'm like, okay, I'm really relying on because I can only eat so much food so quickly for my body to digest well, and I'm like leaning on a little bit of protein shakes here and there. I'm like, okay, if that's going to help me gain a little bit of weight, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to just stay true to it and not overdo it, because I feel like I've done it in the past where I leaned too much on protein shakes and I was way over calories, but I wasn't putting the right amount of work and I wasn't putting the right movements into my program. That I was just doing it wrong.
Yeah. Like you said, it's all a learning experience.
I'd love to hear your experience on counting calories and why you're uncomfortable counting calories. I think your history and your story might, inspire other, viewers and listeners.
Yeah.
And have it overcome that past.
Yeah. Well, I would like to just say I haven't overcome it. Like it's still a work in progress every single day. And I've actually talked to other women who tell me like, oh, I can't do that. I can't do what you do because I have this history or this has happened to me, or I've done this, and I can relate to that a lot because that has been me. I did have an eating disorder for many years. I even hid it from you for I think our first 5 years of living together, and it's something that has stuck with me for a very long time. And that's why I said I did it very, very slowly. I started with just counting protein, just not even the calories in the protein, just the macros, just how many grams of protein am I eating, and then starting to count the calories, and even count when we counted it for those few weeks, and it was going over in the 2000s, and I was freaking out on this. I'm like, wow, like why am I eating this much? It was really shocking to me to see how much I was eating, but that was good. That was maintenance. That's what my body needs, and seeing it as fuel and as a good thing. And I think going through NASM and just learning what food does for our body, what fat does for our body, what carbs do for our body, and how we need it. And there's not good versus bad food. It's food, and food is fuel. And how do we fuel our bodies to do what we want them to do? But I'd be lying if I said that I have overcome it, especially in this cut. It has been very hard. It's been harder eating less, even though I'm comfortable eating less.
Yeah.
It's very tempting to go to that extreme and be like, well, if I just want to lose this fat, I should just eat less and less and less and less. And then when I'm counting it and it's going over what I have set, I freak out and I'm like, well, and then I need to talk to myself, like, no, like that's okay. That's okay. It's okay that you hit 17 today. That's fine. Like there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But so I just think doing it, I think exposing myself to it has helped me. And I can't say what's going to help someone else, but doing it slowly, doing it with someone who has my back, who I can trust, who I can lean on, so not going in it alone has really helped. But yeah, there are days where, and like I said, you check in on me. You're like, oh, how are you doing with your macros today? How are you doing today? And I'll tell you, be honest with you. I'm like, yeah, I only ate 1,200 calories today, but that's all I can eat because that's.
Yeah, you weren't feeling good,
and
I think that's the big part, is having accountability and like doing little steps and like doing it at your own pace. And knowing yourself, I think, is a big thing. It's like, okay, I ask you these questions because I'm like, I know for myself, I'm like, oh, that'd be very easy for me to just drop down to one meal a day, And so I'm like, I don't want to go back to that ever,
Right.
Like I want to have the right amount of fuel. Like you're saying, like we need these building blocks to perform well. And if you're not fueling your body properly, one, you're not going to recover better. You're not going to feel good. You're not going to be able to maintain your strength. There's so many other things that your hormones are going to get all fluctuated if you're just not eating good.
And that's another thing right there. That's my hormones we went through, I don't know if we shared with our audience how I went through the whole hormone blood panel and got on and tested everything, and everything is like right where it needs to be. Like everything is really good. So there's nothing wrong with my hormones, and like that's goals, right? Like I'm in my 30s and they're looking good and I want to keep them that way. So I know I need to keep fueling my body. I shouldn't be fasting. I should be eating when I wake up. I should eat throughout the day, the right ratio of carbs, fats, and proteins, just to keep everything good, and so I can perform in the gym the way I want to perform. Another thing that I think has helped me along this journey is learning to love myself where I'm at. As cheesy and corny as that sounds, but it's so true. Like learning to love who's looking back at me in the mirror, and we talked about this like a couple weeks ago, like how I'm okay that I'm soft. Like I'm okay that I'm a little squishy. Like that doesn't upset me the way it used to. And I'm going through this cut just to prove mainly to myself that I can do it and I can do it the right way. And that way I can help others overcome their struggles and get there. And if I go through this cut and I'm like, well, you know what, I want to put on a little more, I liked being just a little more softer, like that's fine too, you know? But I want to do it to prove to myself that I can do it. And that way I can successfully help others out there. So keeping that all in mind, like thinking about the women that I want to help, I'm not going to do it the wrong way and then try to teach them to do it the right way. I got to do it the right way so I can teach others how to do it the right way and show them that it's possible to overcome these difficulties that we've had in our life.
Yeah. Well, I totally feel like that too, because I grew up in high school and in that environment where like so many people around me dirty bulked.
Mm-hmm.
Where I'm like, I want to get bulk, like I want to lean bulk where like I want to build muscle and do it properly through whole foods and doing the right foods. Mm-hmm. But I get very tempted to like, oh man, pizza would be such a easy high calorie carb that I'm like, no, but I won't feel good, you know? Like I want to be able to do all this and feel good and sleep good and exercise good and perform good. Mm-hmm. And doing it the healthy way is, I think, slower, but I'm feeling much better in these incremental steps of being able to gain weight to prove myself like it can be done. I don't have to go, dirty bulking way or, so many other alternatives. Like you just got to do this and this and this. I'm like, oh, I'm just going to stay on this healthy, lean path. Yeah. And it might take longer and slower, but that's fine with me because I'm like, it's kind of the same thing. I'm happy where I'm at right now. Mm-hmm. I look forward to the goals just because like I have a lot of negative self-talk of like, oh, you're just that skinny guy. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I don't want to be the skinny guy, but I'm like, I'm okay. Like I had to learn to be okay with like where I'm at because this is my body and I'm healthy and I feel good. Mm-hmm. And taking these little steps towards my goals, like I'm okay with that.
Yeah. It's definitely a process, and like there's definitely days where I have that negative self-talk too, and like I said, counting can be triggering. Like and it changes the way I see myself, and then I have to just quickly snap out of it. Like no, like we're not gonna backslide. Like we're gonna keep on this path, and we're gonna do it the right way, and it's gonna be good for us, and it's gonna be good for others.
Yeah, and like what we said, like in the beginning, it's a journey. Like it's not a 30-second microwave zap and boom, you're there. Like this is a journey that's going to make you stronger in so many other ways. Like the discipline that we're building on a regular basis is going to spread to other things. And it's been insightful to see how we react to it, and it's insightful to try new things. It's been insightful to just see where we are like versus 10 years ago. I'm like, wow, we've gone a long way, and like we might not always think about it, but I'm like, we have. Like we went from eating a certain way and exercising a certain way and thinking this was a healthy quote unquote way to where we are now, where we actually feel good and we actually have strength and we sleeping better, all these other things that are on top of just going to the gym and eating healthy.
100%. Well, yeah, I think that's all we have for them today. All right, guys, thank you so much for listening. Now we're going to talk to you a little bit about what we're sipping on.
Oops, splashed on myself.
All right, so we said we're drinking Legions today, and I think Legion overall is we haven't had a lot of their products. This is actually our first time trying anything from them, but I've heard amazing things from them. They're just a super clean company.
Yeah, it's like top shelf energy drinks, price-wise, quality-wise. So what do you think?
We want to start with taste?
Yeah, I mean, we can even tell them it was... We've had this one, so this is a lemon lime.
They have 3 flavors. Only 2 were offered on Amazon, and we wanted to get them quickly.
Which is the fruit punch, which we've learned if you watch the previous videos, we just don't like that.
We never like fruit punch. We don't like fruit punch.
We don't know why we went for fruit punch.
I don't think I like them I don't think I ever liked the flavor of fruit punch, but it was okay. And this one is lemon lime, flavor-wise. It's okay.
Yeah, it's not as lemony and limey as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be like a very citrusy.
Which is good because you don't like
it. I don't like. So I was really hesitant. I'm like, why do we get this flavor? Like, I don't even like these 2 flavors. But it's not bad.
Easy to drink. I like that naturally sweetened and flavored. There's no artificial sweeteners or flavors in it. It has the L-theanine, which I think everything we've tried so far does, which helps with the slow release of the energy. It's natural energy, not synthetic, or natural caffeine, I should say, not synthetic. So that's a huge plus.
I think it's third-party tested too.
It is. It is third-party tested, which is something that we look for.
I would have loved to have tried the orange cream flavored though,
That's
but
probably one
because
that
it's
we would
not on
like.
Amazon, I feel like we would actually like that flavor. But it's only on the Legion website, and it's quite a bit more expensive to order from Legion rather than Amazon. So I was like, oh, we'll just do these flavors.
I think it was more expensive because the shipping and handling, we didn't have enough in our cart.
Oh,
And I didn't want to buy a whole bunch in case we didn't like it. So I
Yeah.
wanted to get it. So I would definitely circle back and try them again. They're not quite in our price point, even ordering off of Amazon. But it's better quality. So that's like the give and take. We're going to keep looking around for clean energy drinks. So if you guys have any recommendations for us to try, let us know. We'll be happy to try them.
yeah, and I still miss the bubbliness.
Bloom is still my favorite.
Yeah, I know.
I think I'm going to email them and ask them why they don't third-party test. Because I don't even mind that it's a little artificial sweeteners. I don't mind that. I don't mind that so much. I was like, so I might email them and be like, just curious, why don't you guys third-party test? Because they're still my favorite.
Yeah.
I think I gave them a 7 when we did it. I'm bumping that up to an 8 after everything we've
Trying
tried.
these other ones, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean,
There's
compared to
something
Bloom,
about it.
Bloom had the good bubbly, had the good flavor. It was refreshing.
Mm-hmm.
It had the, give us the feeling that we expected out of an energy drink.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, it was like, yeah, I mean, for me, it was overly hyped.
Yeah.
From all the things I've heard and read about it.
We had high expectations, but it's good. It's good. What is it that we had? But it was Legion when we had on our Big Bird trip where I drank it and fell right asleep.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah, she was like, I'm so tired. Had a Legion and passed right out. And I was like, I guess that didn't kick in.
Didn't kick in quick enough. We've been drinking them all week again. It's not bad. Flavor's there. How many milligrams of caffeine is it?
150?
150? Okay, so that might be why I passed out.
Well, it's not uncommon for it to be 150.
Yeah.
Some are, I guess, like 200, but
So,
I don't know. You want to vote?
okay. Ready?
Yes.
3,
One.
2, 1. 7.5.
No way.
Yeah. 7.0. We actually agree. Yeah. I like them. Again, price point. I don't think I'd buy them
Yeah.
again just because of the price.
Exactly.
We keep looking for another alternative, but they're good, and I'm glad we tried them because I was very curious for a long time just because of the hype. But yeah,
Yeah, I agree. I mean, flavor from the fruit punch and the lemon lime. I'm like, oh, it's not that good. Like fruit punch, I definitely wouldn't want to drink those every day. This flavor, probably not. I wouldn't say I would want this every single day either.
Mm-hmm.
And the bubbliness, I don't know. I really did like the bubbly and the carbonation of it.
Yeah. They just had
Maybe just a little bit, but
Bloom's had the perfect carbonation, I think.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's funny. 7.5. We both agreed.
Yeah. How do you want to?
So we'll see what we find for the next one. I think we already know what we're gonna try.
Yeah, we know what we're trying. We'll tell them on the next one. All right, you guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for just being a part of our conversation. Please leave us a like and subscribe to our channel. It really helps us out. Drop us a comment. Let us know how you feel, what you're thinking. Keep an eye out for our next episode, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.